ஃபங்க்ஷன் எங்கே தான் கிடச்சிது சாமி இந்த பக்கம் போயிடும் சுஷ்மா
Good morning, esteemed guests, dignitaries, staff members, and friends. Every year this day is a momentous occasion that holds a special place in our hearts. It is a day of remembrance, gratitude, and inspiration as we honor the extraordinary legacy of Kalvi Thanthai Thiru K.RAMASAMY, a visionary whose unwavering dedication and foresight laid the foundation of our institution. Following his ideals, we have gathered here for the 6th Memorial Day lecture to enrich our minds. Let us quiet our minds and open our hearts to receive the blessings and guidance of the Divine Presence. Let us all rise and pay reverence to Tamil Thai Varthu.
கடலொடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதழ் தெக்கனமும் அதிசிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
I call upon our respected principal, Dr. K. Kalidasmurugavil, National Engineering College, for welcoming the gathering.
Respected Chief Guest, respected Vice Chairman, Correspondent, Managing Committee members, esteemed faculty members, dear students, and invited guests. A very warm welcome to all on this solemn and significant occasion as we gather here to observe the 6th Memorial Day of our Kalvi Thanthai K.RAMASAMY, our beloved founder and visionary leader. Today, we honor the legacy of a man whose unwavering commitment to the education and rural empowerment has transformed the countless lives and continues to inspire generations. Our Kalvi Thanthai K.RAMASAMY journey began with a noble vision to uplift the youth from rural backgrounds and provide them with the opportunities to excel. Starting his venture in India and overseas, he recognized the transformative power of education and in 1984 established National Engineering College, Lakshmi Ammal Polytechnic College, and then K.R. College of Arts and Science. These institutions have since become the beacons of knowledge, producing thousands of alumni who have now hold senior positions in premier organizations worldwide. Their success has not only elevated their own lives, but has also brought about the profound impact on their families and the communities, fulfilling Kalvi Thanthai's dream of rural upliftment. Today, as we remember his contribution, we also celebrate the enduring impact of his vision. The Memorial Day is not just a time for reflection, but also a time for action. In keeping with the Kalvi Thanthai's spirit of service, numerous social welfare activities are being carried out, embedding his belief in giving back to the society. We are also privileged to have with us distinguished alumni of our institution, Mr. D. Nallaparajan Nibigan, Operation Director, Digital Business Service, HCL Technologies, Chennai, who is the notable alumni of NEC, 1985 to 89 batch. He is going to deliver the memorial lecture on the topic, Impact of Gen AI and Overview. His insight into the transformational power of generative AI will undoubtedly inspire and enlighten us, reflecting the innovative spirit that Kalvi Thanthai instilled in all of us. Welcome you, sir. I extend my warm welcome and heartfelt gratitude our chairman, vice chairman, correspondent, managing committee members, faculty members, and the student of three institutions, parents, and all the guests for being here and connecting with us online today. Your presence is a testament to Kalvi Thanthai K.RAMASAMY enduring legacy and the value he stood for. Let us take this opportunity to reaffirm ourselves, our commitment to his vision of empowering the rural youth through education and innovation. Together we can continue to build his legacy and create a brighter future for generations to come. Thank you once again and warm welcome you to all. Let us make this Memorial Day meaningful and memorable.
Thank you, sir. It's my distinct honor and privilege to invite Dr. S. Shanmugavel, Director of National Engineering College, to deliver the presidential address.
Very good morning to all of you. Respected chief guest of today's function, Mr. Nalla Maharaj New Begin Dasan, who is a distinguished alumnus of our college of CSC from 1985 to 89 batch, and who is serving as Operational Director, Digital Business Services, HCL Technologies, Chennai, and respected Vice Chairman, respected correspondent, and members of the Managing Committee, the Deans, heads of the departments, invited guests, students, press and media, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to take this opportunity to thank our chief guest for having consented to be with us today on the occasion of the 6th Memorial Day celebration of our founder chairman, K.R. Ayya, as he fondly known as. And he has consented to deliver a lecture on Eugen AI, an overview. And we have all assembled here to express our gratitude to our founder chairman, who has established the educational institutions, engineering college, polytechnic college, and arts and science college, to serve the humanity as a whole. As all of us know, when we were studying, there were only 8 or 9 engineering colleges. It was very difficult to get admission to engineering colleges. But the then Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Dr. M.G. Ramachandran, has started a self-financing institution, started giving approval for self-financing institutions, and our founder chairman, K.R. Ayya, has grabbed that opportunity and started the engineering college and the polytechnic college in the year 1984. Since then, our college is serving the society, particularly the rural, the students from rural area, and this has uplifted the lives of many of the people in this area. And those days, it was the students joined from all over Tamil Nadu and even from other states in our college. But nowadays, because of the increase in many engineering colleges, only students from Thuthukudi, Tirunelveli, Kanyakumari, Virudhunagar, Madurai districts are joining us in large numbers, even though from other districts also students are joining. And so our founder chairman had the vision that to transform lives of the people, it requires high quality technical education, and that also should be served with the human values. And our management, the present management, is continuing with the legacy of our founder chairman with all its vigor to establish or to continue the quality of education that our founder chairman was providing. And let us, all faculty members, students and staff and alumni, join with our management in continuing with this legacy. as all of us know, the fees and other facilities that are provided in our college are very high quality, and it was the vision of our founder chairman, and the same principle is being followed even today. And let us rededicate ourselves to the principles that are enshrined by our founder chairman. He left us 6 years back, but leaving an indelible print on us regarding his dedication, his sacrifice, and other service to the society. And let us follow his footprint and do serve the society in all its need, so that we will remember him always in our daily life by following the principles that are followed by our founder chairman. So with these few words, I thank every one of you for having come over here for this function. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I would like to extend a hearty welcome to Professor A. Rajeshwaran, Principal, Lakshmi Ammal Polytechnic College, to introduce our eminent chief guest, who is a distinguished alumnus of our institution.
So, very good morning to all of you. It is my pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Mr. Nallamagaraj New Begin, a highly experienced leader in the IT industry. Mr. New Begin holds bachelor's and master's degree in computer science. He has 27 years of experience in IT, program and project management in the financial services, and 6 years of teaching experience in engineering college. He is currently the delivery head of digital business services in HCL Chennai. He leads operation and delivery for one of the largest financial services company in the USA. A nearshore delivery center was set up by him at Mexico, which now has over 800 professionals supporting a US customer. He has deep expertise in application development, maintenance and support, data and testing. His successful management skills in large IT projects using waterfall, agile and safe methodologies are remarkable. He also has proficiency in developing business applications with Java and mainframe technologies. He has vast experience in banking, insurance, claims, and billing. He is passionate about automation, improving productivity, and creating reusable frameworks to make IT services faster and more efficient. His key role in managing quality assurance, workforce management, and IT business management are phenomenal. His achievements are backed by professional certifications, including INS 21 for property and liability insurance principles, INS 22 personal insurance, safe agile certification. With such a wealth of knowledge and experience, we are honored to have Mr. Nallamagaraja New Begin with us today as chief guest, who is also the distinguished alumnus of our National Engineering College. With these few words, let me conclude the introduction of chief guest, and thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. On behalf of our college and institution, I'm glad to invite Vice Chairman Thiru K.R. Krishnamurthy to honor our chief guest with a shawl. Thank you, sir. And our correspondent Thiru K.R. Arunachalam will present a memento to symbolize our esteem and admiration. Thank you. I once again request our Vice Chairman to present the Certificate of Appreciation from the Alumni Association to acknowledge our chief guest's continued support and connection to his alma mater.
As Sundar Pichai once said, the power of generative AI lies not in replacing creativity, but in amplifying it. With that spirit, we are thrilled to amplify our knowledge of artificial intelligence through the enlightening words of our esteemed chief guest, Tirunalla Maharaj New Begin, and as alumnus from the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, batch of 1985-1989, who currently is the Operation Director of Digital Business Services in HCL Technologies, Chennai, to address the gathering.
Thank you. Thank you for the warm welcome. I would like to speak in both the languages, Tamil and English. மும்மொழியா இருமொழியா என்ற பிரச்சனைக்கு நடுவில் இருமொழியில் பேசினால் நலமாக இருக்கும் என்று கருதி இந்த உரையை ஆரம்பிக்கிறேன். மதிப்பிற்கும் மரியாதைக்கும் உரிய அருணாச்சலம் சார் அவர்களே, கிருஷ்ணமூர்த்தி சார் அவர்களே, மற்றும் சண்முகராஜ் சார் அவர்கள், டைரக்டர் சண்முகராஜ் சார் அவர்களே, மற்றும் பிரின்சிபல் சார் அவர்களே, மற்றும் எனது ஆசிரியர்களே, எனது மாணவ செல்வங்களே, very happy to be here because I studied this college from 85 to 89. So always I remember that. Not only that, I worked as a lecturer here. So I know exactly how I studied and how I taught, right? So when I joined HCL, right, the interviewer asked a question, right? Begin, your own students, right, are there as a project lead and project manager. What you will do if I put in their team, right? I didn't hesitate to answer the question. I told, sir, I taught them 4 years. Now my turn. Let me see how they are doing it, right? He laughed, right? That's a spirit, I carry, right? Today I want to talk. By seeing the young crowd, okay, I thought, it will be a better example, but sir asked me to give a subject on generative AI. So how generative AI and how it's going to impact us, how it's impacting and how it's going to impact us. Okay, so let me quickly share this agenda. I put it together, right? Okay, what is generative AI? Anyone? If I am the student, right, I will say that, those days, when we studied, there was not much of computers teachers, right? So we used to write theory, right? For a question, we used to write the theory. Generative AI, if there is a question asked, what do you say? AI generates, is called generative AI, right? Obviously, that is true, right? The AI generates either some type of content, right? It could be a text, or it could be an image, or it could be an audio, or video, or a code, right? It's called a generative AI, right? But it needs a database. So it is having a training data. From the data only, it generates the required content, right? Example, you all know that ChatGPT, DALL-E, Genie, all these things, right? But what is the flip side? Before that, I would like to give a perspective, right? If you look at this chart, right, it took radio to 20 years to reach the 50% of the market, US market. Means 50% of the people to get radio on their hand, it took 20 years, right? Internet, okay, it took 20 years to reach 30%, right? 30% of the penetration, it took 20 years. Computer, it took, computer took 30 years. Internet took 20 years for 45% of penetration. Whereas, if you look at smartphone, it took only 7 years to reach the 50% of the population. Similarly, the smart speakers, right, your Alexa, all these things, right? It took only 4 years to reach 50% of the market, right? Guess what? Your ChatGPT, all these things, it took only 2.5 years to reach 50%. Why? Because the availability, right? Over the phone is easily available. So people are using ChatGPT. Today I know that, if the teacher gives an assignment, they go to ChatGPT and then, bring the content. But what is the challenge, right? Let me put a flip here, right? The key capabilities, right? It can generate the text, as I said. It can generate image and video. But on the flip side, okay, a lot of deep fakes are coming up, right? But even though it's generating a good image and everything, right? But it's creating a lot of negative side also, right? Today, if I want to create a movie, I can go to ChatGPT and then I can give the scenario and ask them to create a picture, and even I can specify the character also, right? It generates a movie, right? Similarly, if I want to compose a music, definitely it can do that, right? Similarly, right, automated decision, right? For example, today, a lot of autonomous cars are there. Even for that matter, your missile, right? When you are launching the missile, right, if one engine goes fail, it has to pick up the other engine, right? Otherwise, what will happen? The missile will plung, right? So for that kind of, decision making has to be very fast, okay? And then, in your computer vision and screening, let me ask you one question. How many of you seen this one? See that? No? Okay, thank you. So how many of you seen this one? It's Digi Yatra, right? Our Indian government, promotes Digi Yatra. I don't know how many of you use that one, but I can give an example, right? You load this application in your smart mobile phone, right? And then, you load your boarding card, right? So there is a scanner there, right? Just you scan your boarding card, it captures your face, right? It captures your face, and then if everything is correct, it will let you in. The beauty is, next time onwards, you need not to show the boarding card. You go to the next site, it automatically recognizes your face and it opens the door. Which means, all your IDs are there in the database, right? The moment starting capturing the first image, right, all the way to the gate, it's allow you to pass through. Which means it's recognize the face, it captures the face and recognize the person, and then it will recognize the boarding card and which flight he has to travel, it is allowing. So that level, this AI is helping us, right? This is one of the classic example, I use a lot of, right? Because no need to wait in the boarding queue, right? So you have to show your boarding card and ID card, then the security officer will verify and then says, oh, go, right? Here it's seamless. So this is going to be our future, right? So by recognizing the face, or that's another beauty, right? How many of you are having iPhone, right? I don't know. This is a very dangerous statement, phone. Why? It can, the way in which you are moving your eyes, it can recognize what is the content you are looking, and then if you are trying to open an app, if you start the application, it will open the app, which means it tracks all your eye movements, everything, where you are focusing, right? And then, what is the application you are looking into that, whether you want to open it or you want to scroll up, scroll down, all these things, your Apple Vision do that. It is very dangerous because everything can be tracked. So we have to be on the flip side also it is there. What is the positive impact? Okay, so productivity and efficiency. Right? This is one of the best part for us as a manager, right? Because I want to reduce the cost, right? So the best thing is, all the repetitive tasks, right, can be avoided. I want to give a story here, right? There was two persons, one engineer and one mathematician, right? They asked to give a task. They given a task. Okay, they said, the girl is said, assume that I'm in Calcutta, right? The girl is there in Tamil Nadu. You guys go and get married. Okay, whoever goes reach fast, they'll get married, right? So our engineers, he doesn't have anything. So he took the first train, flight, then go on. He came to Tamil Nadu and he got married. Our mathematician, right, he was calculating, putting the shortest path, right? But that was story. They will say that, okay, engineer is good. But now I am flipping the story. If the same thing is repeated again, definitely the mathematician will win. So wherever your repetitiveness is there your automation will help, right? So you automate in the initial, it will take some time, but it will fetch you eventually later point in time. So that's the beauty of the automation. And all the idea generation, right? You today, the knowledge database, right? You query that, it will give a lot of ideas, right? And then, it leads to innovation. So all your creativity and then innovation can be achieved through this AI. I want to ask a question. What is the minimum class now they are teaching AI? Any guess? Which standard they are teaching AI? At least let us take in India. India, which class they are teaching AI? Any guess? 12th, 11th? No, they are taking a subject AI in 10th. Right? But they are learning everything and the fundamentals they are learning in the earlier classes itself. Officially, they are taking AI subject in 10th. Guess what? When we took in the 8th semester, artificial intelligence. After our 4 years of degree, right, in the last semester, we took the AI subject. See the generation, how they are changing it, right? So today, 10th grade student is taking your 8th semester subject. right? Still I remember the textbook, Artificial Intelligence by Ellen Rich, right? I don't know how many of you remember that, okay? But I remember that text. Okay, now this is the next question I want to ask. Probably, teachers can come up with a presentation on how Gen AI is going to impact education and learning. Is it good or bad, right? Sometimes they will say it's good, right? Sometimes I'll say bad, right? You guys come up with, I'll leave the question. You guys do a analysis and then come back, okay, with an answer, right? That's interesting thing. Definitely it helps, right? So all your assignments, everything. But the problem is how much data it has. That's where it lies, the success lies. The data is correct. That's another question. If it is a false data, you'll get a false information. So there is a 50-50 chance. It will be successful as well as there will be failure. Okay. And healthcare and medicine is going to change a lot. Today, the doctors, right, who are, inspecting the patients, right, what they are doing is, okay, they are physically or through the machine they are examining you guys. Tomorrow, the technology, how is going to evolve? The moment you walk into the doctor's office, it's going to scan you, right, from your top to bottom, right? It is going to do the full 360 body cover, okay, and then it'll ask you to insert your hand. It takes a sample, blood sample, and then before you going to reach to the doctor, it is going to tell, okay, this is your scan report, this is your blood result, okay, right? Could be a possible cause of your disease. That level, they are thinking, right? So definitely it is getting evolved, right? Just give a perspective, right? Here, right? I don't know how many of you use this softwares, okay? How the Gen AI is, we all know that ChatGPT is there, right? But do you know the primitive structure is Microsoft Intelligence. Basically, it's a keyword. You type starting, print, it will say printf, right? And then you put the parentheses, everything, it gives a full statement. That's how, it started. Today, you ask to give a code, right? Give me an API which can read my 3 parameters and then gives the 4 parameters output. If you prompt it, right, it will give the full code. That level we are here. So the way in which we travel from 1996 to 2024 is amazing, right? Now we are talking about no code, right? You give a business logic, it will automatically generate the code, build and deploy, right? Sorry, I'm a little technical, okay. So what is the benefit for me as a developer, right? Definitely faster code, right? Increase adoption of the new coding methods, and then, code quality improvement. When I say improvement, right? Today I'm spending, say, 10 hours now coding, right? With the ChatGPT or, with any Gen AI tool, I'm able to reduce 50%. See, there's a study by McKinsey, right? On code generation, right? I'm getting efficiency of 30 to 45%. What it means? Earlier, if 10 people are doing the work, means now it is going to be 7 people or 6 people. Is it good or bad? One way is good for me because I do less with more. But on the flip side, it's going to challenge the job, right? So how are you going to balance it out, right? So I urge this community, these students, to learn what is required for the future. Yeah, today you need to know the basis, but at the same time, you have to learn what is required for the future. That's very important. Otherwise, we'll be very obsolete. Right? Challenges, right? As I mentioned that, okay, a lot of, misinformations are there, which gives wrong messages, right? You see that a lot of deep fakes images are coming out, okay, with deep fake messages are coming out. We should know how to filter those things. Even ethical filtering is one of the area where, it's going to grow, right? How ethical hacking is going to grow, right? Even identifying which is the real message and which is a fake message, right? That area also is going to grow, right? And then, as I mentioned that, there is a job displacement. It's going to come, right? But we need to be prepared. How we can prepare, as I mentioned that, learn for the future, right? At this age, you should learn for the future, right? Yes, theory is important to get the marks. At the same time, you project yourself for the future. Privacy, that's one of the high risk and ethical concerns, right? So today, anybody can be marked and then they can put an image or they can put a video. So that's risk is there, right? So I urge, the developer community to use this application in a sensible manner, right? And also, when you get the code, right, from ChatGPT, validate, whether the code is right, right? I want to tell an example. Okay, there was a lawyer who wanted to put an agreement. So he approached ChatGPT and he gave all the constraints. It gives a very nice document, but he didn't review it. There was a clause mentioned in that agreement which is not related to that vendor. So they have to pay a huge penalty for it, right? So that is a catch over there. So it will give you the code, but at the same time, you should analyze whether it is appropriate for me or not. So that responsibility lies with you only. And also, a lot of regulation and governance requirements need to be established. So Indian government is working on this one. Still, it's a long way to grow. And another thing is, it takes the data from the database, right? So copyright issues are popping up. So the future, how it is going to be? Definitely, a lot of, so a lot of, automation is going to happen. But is it a chance for me? Yes, definitely. Today, if you take, bank, all the call centers is going to replace with virtual AI, right? So you ask basic questions. What is my balance in the bank account? It will tell you, right? Only complex applications requires a person to attend you, right? So all your voice line is going to be replaced with AI, chatbots. So definitely, there is a potential to design the chatbots for your own requirement. So that is one of the most promising area, I would say that, right? Because of that, it is going to be, for developers is going to be, but for the voice experts is going to be a challenge, right? All the advanced personalization, when I say advanced personalization, today, if I log into my bank account, okay, it recognizes my face, okay, right? And then it's allowing me to get into the account. So all your personal, for example, if I track where I'm looking for, it will pop the message. Suppose if you're looking for insurance, it says, hey, I have insurance for you, right? I have an account in my US bank, right? It prompts everything, right? So the customer experience is going to get changed. So all these things are the impact of the Gen AI. Before conclusion, right, I want to give what we are, as an industrialist, what we are expecting, right? So just give a few thoughts, for the young leaders who are here, right, First, you look at the solution or what is the problem to you, right, The problem should impact the society. Right, that's what I was telling, sir. Today, lot of people, especially from the rural, are getting benefited by this institution. I will give an example. Okay, when we used to work as a lecturer, myself and Muniswaran sir and Ramesh sir, we used to go in the bus and we get on the bus stand, and then we take a tea, right, in the tea shop. The tea master, right, he said, sir, with the blessings of K.RAMASAMY, my son got a seat here, right? But he need to clear that, right? Helping him to clear the arrears, right? And then, we put a special class to him. Okay, nobody took him for the projects, in the final year project. We put a special committee, and then we helped him to take the project, right? And he cleared, okay, and then he became an engineer, right? On the day, he said, sir, Ninga put a picture. I said, no, it's not me, right? It is KR who put the opportunity for your son to get an engineering degree, right? That's where, it is going to be, right? So you see that your solution is impacting. For example, I will take another example, online rummy, right? Is it good or bad? It definitely is bad, right? Your idea should not be like that, right? Your idea should impact the society, right? Think of those kind of ideas. Put your problem statement, right? And then, you look at your surroundings. Is there any equivalent product or solutions are available? If not, right, build a solution. I don't know how many of you watch the Startup Singham in Vijay TV. I watch the program because it comes exactly at, the lunchtime on Sunday, right? So I watch this program, right? because a lot of young people comes with a lot of ideas, good ideas, right? I urge the teachers, right, to talk to your students and log the ideas. We have a portal, right, in our organization. We call it as a value portal, where we used to log the ideas, whether it is good or bad. Let them log the idea first, right, so that the thinking will start, right, and then we will start evaluating the idea, whether it is good or not. Sometimes it could be automation on his application, or sometimes it could be a product solution, right? Whatever be a thing, right? We log the idea, and then we evaluate the idea, and then we'll ask them to implement the idea, right? If it's on customer side, okay, what we used to do is, okay, we ask the customer, hey, he implemented this idea. What is your savings, right? He says that 500K is the savings. Do you agree on that, right? If you say, no, not 500, it may be 400, okay. So then we agree on the number, right? So he is giving a cost benefit of 400K, right? We acknowledge that one, and then we give some portion of it, okay, as a incentive for the person, right, who developed the ideas. So I'm not coming there. At least, encourage the students to log the ideas, right, and discuss with your team, right? That will give an idea, okay, how much people are thinking, right, So I urge, the teachers to encourage the students to log the ideas, okay. So once you list out all the ideas or your project solution, list out all the tasks. What is I need to do, accomplish this solution, right? List out all the tasks, right? A to Z, you list out all the tasks. Then you list out what is that is going to make this project failure, right? Failure is a big thing. If you capture the failure, you can make the project successful. Because when you start identifying the failure, you will tend to put a solution to it, right? So identify all your failures and put a plan to it, right? Where and all my project can fail, right? And how I'm going to address that one. If you are not addressing the failure, you are going to plunge, no doubt about it, right? However, you are having good resources. If you're not identifying your failures, okay, you are going to plunge, okay? And what are the actions, right, you are going to take to avoid the failures, right? And then focus your work, right? This is one of the things we are missing with the current generation talent, right? I put a last point over here, okay, right? Avoid phone, keep away your phone, okay? That's one of the things. Even for us, we put an ask for that. So focus your on work, right? How do I say that? If your brain is focusing on one task, it's like a PhD student, right? He will focus only one on his thesis only. He'll never focus somewhere else, right? If it is two, maybe teachers or masters, right? They can focus 2 tasks, right? 3 tasks, okay, I would say that youngsters, right? They'll juggle between tasks, right? How successful that they are, but they juggle between tasks, okay? Anything more than 3 tasks, okay, your brain is dead, right? You cannot focus, more than 2. That's the maximum you can focus, right? Even when you start work, okay, I'll get another email, okay, immediately I'll jump there. Then say, no, this is not important, let me come back here. So you focus your task, what is need to be on your priority list, okay? And then, this is a beautiful saying there, right? I want to reach the top, right? Right? How do I do that? Take it one step. Focus on your next step, right? Then only you can reach the mountain, right? So do that, focus on your next step, right? Your next step should be very solid. Then only you can take the next step. Always, don't get distracted. Keep the phone away. That is one of the requests we are saying that, okay. And we have a secure room, okay, where there is no pen, paper, nothing is allowed. The guy will finish the work 5 hours and they'll come out. The reason is there is nothing, no internet, nothing. He has to focus only on his work. He finishes the work in 5 hours and then he comes out. And we have a system, right? Every engineer, they have to work 9 hours in the office. We question them, what is that you are doing for the 4 hours? No, I'm learning, sir. Whether he's learning or not, that's a different story, but at least he has an answer, right? So, avoid the phone, okay? Even when you study, please avoid the phone, right? Take 10 minutes and then keep the phone away, right? Most of the time when we go for our meeting, we'll keep the phone in my drawer and then I'll go there, right? So that I can focus on my work, right? Learn from the mistakes, right? That is very important. As I said earlier, learn from your mistakes so that you will not do the same mistake again, right? Work as a one team, right? That's very important. Whether it's a project, whether it's academic, work as a one team, right? This is a famous thought process in the leadership, right? Who is a leader? Whether the person who is leading from the front or from the back, right? So in the பழைய காலத்தில் போர் போவாங்க இல்லையா, போர் போகும்போது somebody has to lead in the front, right? Raja will be in the back, right? So he will also encourage, but the person who is in the front, people will follow, right? So there is a different styles of leadership, right? For me, it's a different, right? So what I do, okay, I always lead from the front. Whenever there is a crisis, I will go in the front, I will lead, okay? Then I will come back. I will take a circle and then I will come back. And I will push the team to go, right? So that, they need to learn, right? How long I can handhold them, right? So I am very proud to say that, okay, in my account, there are many freshers who join with me in the same project, okay, as a software engineer. Today, they are also in the same designation as me, which means I push them to take my role, right? Then only, a leader, right, is a leader, right? If you are holding the thing, okay, then you are not a leader, right? So you should replaceable. That is very important in leadership style, right? The moment you are replaceable, which means somebody else can take my role, I can move on to some other task. So that is the beauty of the leadership, right? So either you can lead the front, some people lead from the back, I take a circle and then push the team, right? Often you have to come to the middle and enjoy the joy with them, right? You be with them, you be with there in celebrations, right? That is very important, right? Always I say this one, right? As a teachers, right? We all look the students in the sky, right? I will say that, oh, this guy is a Facebook, he is working in Facebook, right? This guy working in Meta, right? But we are as a teachers always on the ground, but you are the stars blinking on the sky. So always, look up to your teachers and then encourage them so that they will produce more and more students like you, right? So that is one piece of advice I would like to give the students. Finally, I just thank you for this listening, this 15 minutes conversation, okay? And open to any questions if you have any questions. Otherwise, we can close the speech. That is one of the things. Thank you, sir, for reminding me. Okay. So in my team, okay, right, lot of, people from South, they are there. But the main problem which we are seeing that, okay, they are not able to communicate. Today, there is nothing like a waterfall model. Everything is an agile, which means every day I have to be in the stand-up, right? Every day I need to present my status to the customer, right? Many of the people, especially from South, right, they go in the back seat, right? The customer will ask, okay, you have 10 people in the team, but only 4 people are speaking. Where are the remaining people? Then somebody else has to cover them, right? But that is the impact to that, right? So you may be those guys are good in technical, right? They'll be very good in technical, but they are lacking in communication, right? My suggestion, I studied till 12th, I studied in Tamil medium only, right? Only in college I will say that I learned English, right? So don't afraid, okay? Even it is grammatically wrong, don't afraid, okay? Bold enough to speak, right? That will give a better visibility rather than not speaking. So whether it is right or wrong, communicate. Communicate with your team, communicate with your peers, right? Communicate with your leaders. Then only you will improve your communication skill. Thank you, sir. Thank you for reminding. So that is one of the observation, which I wanted to pass. Okay. Technically, you guys are good, right? Where you guys are lagging, okay, in the communication. We should be able to sell ourselves, right? Then that's the world we are in. It is not that my manager will recognize my work, right? To some extent, yes, he will recognize your work, right? Beyond a point, you have to project yourself, you have to sell yourself, you have to tell what is your accomplishment, what is your failures. Then only, you will be considered as an effective leader, right? Communication is very, very important to grow in the ladder, right? That is the one piece of advice I wanted to give it to you guys. Okay. Any question? If there is no question, thank you so much, sir, for this opportunity. I definitely take this privilege to participate in the 6th Memorial Day of our Kalvi Thanthai K.RAMASAMY. I am also one of the beneficiary for that, okay, from a local, right? I joined this college, right? And then I graduated from this college. I worked in this college and then I went out, right? I always am thankful to this college and management. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Your insightful talk on generative AI has highlighted its immense potential, ethical implications, and future possibilities. And we hope that your words would have resonated with everyone present here. So before we wind up, I invite Dr. S. Madhivanan, Principal, K.R. Arts and Science College, to deliver the word of thanks.
Good morning to all gathered here for observing 6th Memorial Day of our founder chairman, Kalvi Thanthai Thiru K.RAMASAMY Ayya. Let me propose the vote of thanks by quoting the words of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Learning gives creativity, creativity leads to thinking, thinking leads to knowledge, knowledge makes you great. As per his words and the vision of our founder chairman, to mentor the students to learn in our community, our KR educational institutions are deliberating, working under the chairmanship of our Madam Tirumadi Channamal Ramasamy. Thank you, Madam, for your elite guidance. Confidence and hard work is the best medicine to kill the disease called failure. To combat failure and to always be success, we are fortunate to be under the distinguished leadership of our Vice Chairman, Thiru K.R. Krishnamurthy, and correspondent Thiru K.R. Arunachalam. Thank you, sirs, for your distinct leadership. Commitment is what transforms a promise into reality. I profoundly express my gratitude to all the management committee members for their committed and coordinated support. As per the quote of the philanthropist Ratan Tata, when you start with a dream and work with passion, success is inevitable. I am sure that our distinguished alumnus, Thiru Nalla Maharaj New Begin Dasan, has started with a dream, worked with a passion, and now he is in the success phase by achieving a notable position. And I am also sure, sir, that your talk will really kindle the dreams of the young minds of, that is, our students. We thank you, sir, for your elite speech and spending your time in the Memorial Day observance. Excellence is the continuous process and not an accident. To excel in our service, we are having our dynamic director, Dr. S. Shanmugavel, for guiding us. Thank you, sir. I also thank Dr. K. Kalidas Murugavel, Principal, National Engineering College, and Professor A. Rajeshwaran, Principal, Lakshmi Ammal Polytechnic College, for their peer support and help rendered by them to make today's event a grand success. I owe my sincere thanks to the parents and everlasting beliefs and the enduring support rendered by the faculty and staff members of National Engineering College, Lakshmi Ammal Polytechnic College, and K.R. College of Arts and Science. I express my heartfelt gratitude to the alumni of K.R. educational institutions, as they are the real flag bearers and the pride of our institutions. Finally, I register my sincere thanks to the guests, press, and media persons who are the unsung heroes in popularizing the news and information. I conclude my vote of thanks by earmarking the Tirukural. அஞ்சாமை ஈகை அறிவூக்கம் இந்நான்கும் எஞ்சாமை வேந்தற்கு இயல்பு அச்சம் கொள்ளாமை அடுத்தவருக்கு உதவுதல் அறிவுடன் இருத்தல் ஆர்வமுடன் செயல்படுதல் ஆகிய நான்கும் குறைவின்றி இருப்பதே அரசியலுக்கு இயல்பு. Let us also try and follow the words of Tamil Pulovar Thiruvalluvar to be good and grateful in the advanced technological society. Thank you all. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Let us all stand for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गादा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे